Another week, boys, and another twab. Today, guys, we're going to go over what's going on with Destiny 2, what we're looking at next week in terms of Iron Banner, new weapons that are hitting us, as well as the roles that come with each one of those weapons, a change to the Infusion System in terms of our Masterwork or Enhancement course, and a couple hot fixes that are set in place to be coming in a few weeks, specifically targeting a couple of new exotics. So let's get started. As you know, guys, we are in the third week of Season of the Drifter. Next week, the new Gambit Prime map, Emerald Coast, will be presented to us. And starting on April the 2nd, we're going to start getting private matches for Gambit Prime. Now, I'm excited about that and all, but really, I'm looking forward to the end of this roadmap leading into April the 9th all the way through May 6th. Now, April the 9th is a Thursday, and it's when Arc Week begins, along with the Revelry beginning on April the 16th. And I really don't know how this ties in to Invitations of the Nine, or if it even ties in. I don't know if it's more lore stuff, but we are supposed to be getting new catalysts. So whether that's going to come from Arc Week or the Revelry, I'm not sure. But I will say it has been speculated that all of the exotic ornaments that you've seen inside of Eververse, supposedly we're going to get catalysts for those exotics. For the ones that already don't have catalysts, we can expect to see catalysts presented to us this season for those exotics. Again, that is just purely speculation, but I will say Soros, Prospector, Rat King, those type of ornaments that are present there in the Eververse store, it would make sense to have ornaments on sale at the same time when catalysts start dropping. You know what I mean? Now, moving on to Invitations of the Nine. Again, this is something that happens every Friday, and I think it goes over like 10 weeks, 9 weeks, something like that. But if you're a big fan of the lore, I highly suggest going to see Xur every Friday and checking out what's going on in the Destiny universe. Pretty cool stuff. Now, moving on, we have Iron Banner starting next week. Some different changes that are coming to this Iron Banner, including 2 new consumable items that will change the flow of combat through temporary power level adjustments. So you have the Iron Burden. This consumable is for the best of the best to challenge themselves by lowering their power by 100, putting more focus on skill, strategy, and gunplay. With greater risk comes greater rewards though. For the brave, Saladin will offer the Iron Burden consumable for purchase with 5 Iron Banner tokens. There will be a new triumph you can complete this season by defeating 500 opponents while the Iron Burden debuff is active. Completing it will also reward you with an updated version of WIZENED REBUKE that is fully masterwork and has a curated role. Now again, you don't have to complete this within the first Iron Banner. Your progress will carry over into the next Iron Banner. But let's take a look real quick at WIZENED REBUKE's curated role. Number 1, it comes with the trait Demolitionist. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy. Activating your grenade ability reloads this weapon from reserves. Okay. It also comes with Moving Target, which helps with target acquisition as well as that movement speed when aiming down sights. Enhanced Battery for that increase in magazine size. Hit Mark Sights, which is like a cleaner short range sight. And again, this is a high impact frame fusion rifle. So like the same as like Arantil, slow firing, high damage. And it also gains more accuracy when stationary and aiming down sights. Now, back in year 1, I would say there was a lot of people that actually liked this fusion rifle more than even Arantil. But again, that was because of static rolls. I will be trying this out as I am also a fan of Arantil. We've made so many videos on Arantil. And considering the shotgun nerf here recently, this fusion rifle is going to be a really good weapon for people to use. Which takes us to the random rolls on this weapon. Now, there's a lot of different routes we can go with. I actually have 2 different Arantils that I swap between. One of my Arantils come with Under Pressure and Rangefinder. That's like my role to use if I just want to cross map people. It has some crazy kill ranges. And then I got another one for like whenever I'm in trouble. I've got Backup Plan and some other perk. I can't even remember what the other perk is. Backup Plan is very, very good as it grants that reduced charge time and increased handling speed for a short time immediately after swapping to the weapon. So my suggestion, especially for PvP people, and you're going to want to pay attention to this fusion rifle because these fusions, they are meta. I would take the same route, Rangefinder and Under Pressure. You can't go wrong there, but you can even go another route, Firmly Planted and Rangefinder together. Firmly Planted is a very good perk. In combination there with Rangefinder, you should be able to map some people from very far. But then you can even go another route. Say you don't want to be crouching in order to take advantage of Firmly Planted. You can go Moving Target and Rangefinder together. In order to proc both of these perks, you have to be aiming down sights. Both are extremely lethal when paired together. I haven't actually used them together with a fusion rifle, but if you're looking for a fusion that has great kill range potential, those would be the roles that I would look out for. Now, me personally, I'm all for fusion rifles that can mount, but I definitely want to go with a role that helps me up close. You got a shotgun rusher coming at you, but you simultaneously want to take someone down in that mid-range. I really want to try out backup plan and under pressure together. I know some of you probably have seen our videos where we did like high impact reserves and under pressure together. High impact reserves, yes, it does elevate our damage there for our fusions, allowing it to more reliably kill targets in 4 bolts. But realistically, especially when you start dealing with damage fall off, it's just better to go with rangefinder over high impact reserves. Another combination that I would actually really like to try is backup plan and threat detector. Now, backup plan already increases that handling speed. I kind of just want to see how fast we can go with it. Threat detector being procced whenever you got like a shotgun rusher right in your face. I kind of want to see how it works with backup plan. So those are the roles that I'm going to be looking for on this fusion. Now, speaking of Iron Banner weapons, we also have the grenade launcher Orewing's Maul returning to us. This grenade launcher will be found in our energy slot. So for those of us that are wanting to mix things up with our grenade launchers, you won't be limited to things like Mountaintop and Malicious Birthright anymore. Now, the curated role here is moving target, field prep, black powder, and confined launch. Now, no lie, grenade launchers are very nasty in PvE, and that curated role looks to be pretty good. But in terms of what roles I'm going to be looking out for, probably going to go the same route as like Malicious Birthright. Quick draw and auto-loading holster, nothing too fancy. But I definitely want to look out for that role and combine it here with concussion grenades. I know it kills that blast radius, but I'm not looking to get kills with this weapon. I'm more or less just looking to mess with enemies. Probably use this in combination with Thorn. Should be pretty nasty. If this could roll with Ambitious Assassin, it would have been even nastier, but unfortunately it does not. Now, for my PvE players, there will also be a second consumable offered by Saladin called the Wolf's Favor. They state that these consumables, which will drop with limited availability, will grant a temporary 100 power increase up to a cap of 700 for 30 minutes. Our goal here is to help those who don't normally play Crucible take a step into the action. They state that the Wolf's Favor consumable has a chance to drop from completing the following daily and weekly challenges. So essentially, for those of us that are not high enough power level, aka my PC account, popping one of these consumables will allow us to go in there and actually play Iron Banner with everyone without getting one shot. Thank God. Then they go on to say that bounties have been updated to provide more choice and address feedback from previous seasons over how long it took to earn progress toward various objectives. I feel like I've read this same statement the last time we talked about Iron Banner last season. Each bounty will grant powerful rewards upon completion. Additionally, completion of a bounty will unlock the ability to direct purchase specific rewards from Lord Saladin. Saladin will also offer a new emblem you can pick up after completing all weekly bounties called the Weight of Guilt. It will track high power opponent defeats while under the effects of the Iron Burden. Now, moving on to the Infusion System. This has been a hot topic now for forever. The Destiny dev team states that the goal of the Infusion System is to create an impactful feeling of progression when you increase the power of an item you enjoy using. An Infusion System with no scarcity around the materials would diminish this impact. To that end, we tapped into material inherent scarceness enhancement cores to use as one of the keystone materials for this process. They go on to say that to that end, we'll be making a change in Season of Opulence with the goal of providing more access to enhancement cores. So long story short, Infusion's still going to require enhancement cores. Now, the last thing mentioned in today's TWAB was the Stronghold Titan exotic. They state that we're investigating an issue where the Clenched Fist perk is not activating on the Stronghold exotic Titan gauntlets when players use exotic swords such as Black Talon. Now, they stated that they were going to work on this. Obviously, this is somewhat of a hairy issue because they haven't actually had a fix for it yet. If they do happen to fix it, I will say it will be a nice combo for Black Talon, considering that Black Talon has the reach that other swords can't get by simply having that range attack, and there can be some crazy shenanigans pulled inside of PvP with it. So I really want to see this get fixed. I want to re-review this exotic with Black Talon. Now, the only other noticeable fix I saw here was that Chaos Reach and Thorn Soul Devourer. They state that we're investigating an issue where Chaos Reach won't do any damage to an enemy when that enemy is shot by Thorn when Soul Devourer is active. Wow. Okay, so for my PvE guys that happen to be in lobbies with people using Thorn, you might want to hop off of Chaos Reach for a second. Well, fellas, that is your TWAB for this week. Nothing big in terms of Sandbox changes. I am looking forward to the new fusion rifle coming to us next week because WIZENED Rebuke, I think, has the potential to be pretty nasty, especially in this Sandbox. as well as Orewing's Maul with the right roll. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.